intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on what we can do over the next 10 and 20 years to build back up our country by investing right now in you, the American people.
They had the highest inflation perhaps in the history of our country, because I've never seen a worse period of time. People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else. The people of our country are absolutely dying with what they've done.
Presidential candidates Kamala Harris and Donald Trump giving their viewpoints for what they do if elected and the problems Americans face. The nation, of course, watching the two meet for the first time ever on a debate stage in Philadelphia.
ABC News moderated the candidates' pitch to voters, which included some of the election's most critical moments and a few bizarre ones as well. Christiane Cordero has the latest now from the National Constitution Center.
It started with a handshake.
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
Have fun.
A brief moment of diplomacy between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump before the gloves came off.
Tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies, grievances, and name-calling.
She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist.
The economic pitch to voters led the debate, Harris leaning into her middle-class roots.
My plan is to give a $50,000 tax deduction to start-up small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy.
Trump doubling down on his tariff plan, which economists say would be a tax on Americans, and pinning inflation on Harris.
When I had it, I had tariffs, and yet I had no inflation. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before.
On abortion, Trump wouldn't commit to vetoing a national abortion ban, instead repeating this false claim.
But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine.
Harris then going on the attack.
Trump abortion bans that make no exception even for rape and incest. A survivor of a crime of violation to their body does not have the right to make a decision about what happens to their body next. That is immoral.
Trump repeatedly brought the wide-ranging conversation back to immigration.
She was the border czar. She doesn't want to be called the border czar because she's embarrassed by the border.
Harris dismissed most of those attacks, instead focusing on provoking the unhinged side of the former president.
It's time to turn the page. And if that was a bridge too far for you, well, there is a place in our campaign for you to stand for country, to stand for our democracy, to stand for rule of law, and to end the chaos.
In the post-debate spin room, Trump made a rare appearance as his surrogates scrambled to defend his performance. Harris taking a victory lap after the debate, but saying she's still the underdog. The Harris campaign was quick to offer another debate in October. Trump has not yet committed to that. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Philadelphia.
Charleston County's Democratic Party responding to last night's debate. Chairman Sam Scardon issued a statement saying, quote, Kamala Harris is the future, Donald Trump the past. We got one step closer to the future tonight.
On the other side of things, the Charleston County Republican Party backing the former president. Leaders there released a statement saying, in part, quote, the American people are hurting and Kamala Harris can't smirk away her record of failure. Senator Lindsey Graham from South Carolina also weighing in. He made a post on X saying, in part, quote, President Trump made the case that America was safer under his administration and will be again when he wins in November.
We also heard reactions from local leaders. We got the chance to speak with Democratic Representative J.A. Moore at his watch party. He gathered people at Chillin' Grill in North Charleston to support Harris last night.
So it's important to kind of bring it back to home. But this is a very historic night, not just here in North Charleston, not just in South Carolina, but across the country, across the world. We have an opportunity in less than 60 days to do something very historic. So it was important to gather like-minded people for this very special event.
Moore has been a longtime supporter of Harris. He was an early supporter of her in the 2020 campaign and one of the first elected officials to endorse her in South Carolina. Meanwhile, Representative Wendell Gilliard told News 4 that former President Trump has his back against the wall. He called the debate, quote, witnessing a meltdown.
Well, we, of course, want to hear from you. You can scan the QR code you see on your screen right there to sound off. Who do you think won the debate? Was it Vice President Harris or former President Trump? Scan the QR code on your screen to cast your vote.